Hey there, my name's Paul. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on what I did to fix my trampoline when my poles broke. So thought it was worked out pretty well, so I thought I'd pass it along to you. So what I have here is a 14-foot, I believe it's a BouncePro. I'll put it in the annotations if it's not. It's 14-foot diameter trampoline. And what happened was it blew over a couple times in the yard. And you can see here the metal pole, how it's kind of bent over. It kind of rolled over, and these poles, they're already supposed to be curved in a little bit, but they bent really far. And in the process of bending them back into place and just use with the kids jumping on it, they developed cracks right about here, and then they ended up breaking. And you can see they're held in place by the two bolts and then the spacers in between. You're probably familiar if you have this. So 3 of these really kind of broke, and the netting was all hanging down. And what I did was I figured out a fix using PVC pipe. And what I did was I replaced 3 of these poles. There's 6 total. I replaced 3 of them. These 2, and then that one over there on that side. And what I did was I bought, I think it's series 40, cold water PVC pipe, 1 inch in diameter. I bought 3 10-foot sections. They're about $2.50 each at Lowe's, and I cut them to 7 feet long. So this here is a 7-foot length. I ended up drilling 2 holes down here, really just kind of measuring with a tape measure how far this needed to be, how far apart these were, just using a Sharpie. I mean, I drilled bigger holes anyway for that to go through, and it kind of ended up working out. And as you can see here, what I did was these bolts, some of them broke and bent. I couldn't reuse them. These I had weren't long enough to go all the way through. I didn't end up drilling a hole here, just went through this part because this held the leg on. And then on this one, I used an original bolt, went all the way through, ended up using the spacer here. And then these are 3.5-inch metal clamps. I got 2 of these. The hardest part about this job was getting the clamps on in the right order so that they could slide up, and I could screw them in on the north and south side of these bolts where I wanted them to be. That, I'd get this thing in place and then have to kind of pull it out, slide the clamps down in and out. And that was ended up being the hardest part. But the really cool thing about this is if you use the 1-inch diameter pipe, these original aluminum pipes are 1 inch in diameter as well. And what you can do is reuse the pieces that go in the top that hold on the wire deal on the top here that holds the enclosure. I ended up taking the screw out, reusing the screw in the pipe. This just slides right in to the 1-inch diameter PVC pipe, and I ended up putting a screw right back in it. I'll show you what I did over here if I don't end up killing myself. There, you can see that. You can see I misdrilled a hole there. Oh, that's the other tip. What I would do is wait until you drill the 2 holes on the bottom, because invariably what happened is I did that on that one, put that in first, and then I didn't pay attention to which way these holes were facing. So drill these first, and then make sure you're parallel, and drill out on the outside so the screw faces out, so that'll go in the right way. Anyway, the PVC pipe was about $2.50 each. The clamps were about $1.80 a piece. I didn't really need to buy any new bolts because I had them already in my toolbox. And ended up being the whole fix to fix all 3 of those was under 20 bucks, so it worked out pretty well. So anyway, if that's what you need to do, give it a shot. Hope it works out for you, and good luck.